Brainy Dose presents signs you are suffering from too much stress. Unless you're a millionaire, you probably stress about all kinds of things, and most of the time it's over money. That's not to say that millionaires don't stress, but they usually stress about how to make even more, or they fear losing it all. Of course, there are many other things that also cause stress, but shit, imagine if you didn't have to worry about bills, school, work, and you could just do whatever you wanted to all the time because you never had to worry about money. Anyways, feelings of anxiety and tension probably get you at some point, just about every day. And stress is an emotional issue because it's the way your body responds to what it perceives as an acute threat. The nervous system releases adrenaline and cortisol, which are both stress hormones. People often don't realize they're stressed out, and they minimize the stress they're under and the effect it has. Now, in this video, you're not going to learn how to become rich. But the good news is that you can train yourself to spot the signs of too much stress before it becomes a chronic health problem. Sometimes physical signs of stress are mistaken to be symptoms of some other issue, so pay attention to what your body's trying to tell you. Number 1. Forgetfulness. If you find yourself forgetting to do things lately, like forgetting to lock the front door or flush the toilet, you probably don't have Alzheimer's, but it can be much more than a silly accident. Stress and anxiety can mess with your head and result in decrease in concentration, and this can cause forgetfulness. Ongoing stress can shrink parts of your brain that are responsible for emotion, memory, and your nervous system. The best way to fight the symptom is to exercise, and everything will return to normal once your stress goes away. Number 2. Weight gain around the waistline. When you're overstressed, your habits change, including your diet. If you find yourself eating and drinking more, this will result in weight gain. The stress hormone cortisol plays a role in the fight or flight response, which is the physiological loop that gears your body up to fight against danger or to run for your life. This is vital when faced with immediate danger, but increases in cortisol also occur in response to chronic everyday stress. When cortisol is too high for too long, it can increase the amount of fat you hold in your belly. So if your jeans don't fit anymore, even though you exercise regularly, stress is likely the cause, and it's time to combine a healthier diet with stress management. Number 3. Stomach aches. Your nervous system is tightly linked to your digestive system, and stress can interfere with this connection. If you just had a taco and your stomach is a mess, then just head over to the toilet. But if it happens often, and you aren't on a taco diet, it might be stress. That uneasiness you feel in your belly might be more than just what you ate. You could try over-the-counter pills, but the best natural way to deal with this symptom is to exercise. Number 4. Sore jaw. During the day, you're okay. But then at night while you're sleeping, you could be grinding your teeth. You don't know what's happening until you wake up, but then damn, you feel that sore jaw. Now, if you have a black eye complementing your sore jaw and no recollection of the night before, then you probably ended up in a situation that you wouldn't have if it weren't for your drunk ass. Otherwise, it could be stress. It's very common to grind your teeth when you're stressing. And this is really bad stuff because it can lead to tooth damage and cracked teeth. It's best to visit a dentist to see if there's anything they can do for you. Usually they'll give you a mouthguard for grinding. Number 5. Back pain. The fight or flight response to stress increases your blood pressure and speeds up your heart rate, and the stress hormones tighten the muscles. This can be very painful. Move as much as you can. If you have a desk job, get up every half an hour to stretch and walk around. If you have a shitty job where your boss is breathing down your neck constantly and you can't afford to take a quick break for a stretch every 30 minutes, well, what can I say? Perhaps it's time to find a better job. Number 6. Constipation. If you feel like you need to go, but it just doesn't come out, well, it's probably not the tacos. Perhaps you could try to eat some in this case. But the cause is likely stress, and this time you need magnesium. Stress hormone production requires high levels of magnesium, and stressful experiences lead to depletion of this mineral. In addition, if you've been eating loads of sugar, this could be further depleting your magnesium levels. Magnesium is often referred to as the calming mineral because it affects the way the brain and muscles relax during stress, and this includes the digestive tract. So, you gotta do what you gotta do, and try eating some more spinach, quinoa, almonds, and cashews, and cut down on the sugar. Number 7. Cracked lips or sore mouth. This is a classic sign of vitamin B deficiency because B vitamins are necessary for extracting energy from the carbs, protein, and fat we consume every day. When you stress, you use a lot of energy and the vitamin gets used up. B6 especially plays a key role in our bodies producing the happy hormones serotonin and dopamine, which are responsible for our mood, and melatonin, which controls sleep. Eat more foods that are rich in vitamin B6, such as bananas, leafy green vegetables, spinach, and potatoes. Number 8. Sleeping too much. Snoozing and stress go hand in hand. Stressful situations and feeling stressed over an extended period of time can really mess with your sleep cycle and daytime alertness. It's possible that what you are experiencing is your brain subconsciously making you sleep longer in order to avoid daytime stressors. Or the stress is disrupting your sleep so the hours of shut-eye you get are less restful, causing you to wake up tired. While a good night's sleep is essential for health, consistent oversleeping has been linked to a host of medical problems, including diabetes and heart disease. Practicing good sleep hygiene will help you get a healthy 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and experts recommend keeping the same bedtimes and wake times every day. They also recommend avoiding caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime. Exercising regularly and making your bedroom a comfortable environment can also help you get the amount of sleep you need. Number 9. Weird dreams all the time. Strange dreams, or even the same ones every night, can be a symptom of stress. They make you feel anxious and on the edge. If you normally don't dream or don't remember your dreams, and now all of a sudden it's the opposite, try to figure out what's changed in your life, and if there's anything that adds stress to your day, it could be the trigger. Number 10. Can't fall asleep. If you're having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, and you know that the cause is not caffeine, it's time to do something about your stress levels. Stress can also lead to insomnia, and then you can't sleep at all. According to studies, stress increases the chances of that happening by 19%. When you're worried, your nervous system doesn't shut down, and you can't sleep. Your brain stays hyperactive with no chance of resting. Try to spend some time winding down. A person with insomnia needs a buffer zone, a period of time to allow the activating processes in the brain to wind down. This allows the alerting mechanisms to decrease their activity so that the sleep systems can take over. Start winding down 2 hours before bedtime. Stop all work and end phone calls, and get off the computer. Instead, watch a light movie, read a book, or listen to some calming music. Number 11. Can't concentrate. Do you feel like you thrive under tight deadlines and tense situations? Maybe you do, but most of us don't. I know I don't, and even if you do, it doesn't last. Chemicals in your brain help you stay focused for a while, producing adrenaline that enhances your senses. But the more time you spend doing this, the more damage you're causing. Too much adrenaline for long durations will make your brain notice and feel every little thing, making you distracted. So instead of dwelling on a problem you can't solve, get your mind off it for a while. Shift your focus. Try whatever works for you, whether it's yoga, deep breathing, meditation, or just having a good laugh with a friend. The goal is to occupy yourself with a pleasant task. This will provide the energy to regroup later. Number 12. You obsess over your problems. You can't seem to get your mind off things, regardless of what it is, whether it's financial worries, relationship issues, or whatever. This is a warning sign that stress is taking over your life. With excessive worrying, your mind and body go into overdrive as you constantly focus on what might happen. But you won't be able to find the solution until you detach yourself from your problem and think more objectively. You need to think about how you can stop the stress. Set aside 15 minutes each day where you allow yourself to focus on problems and fears, and then vow to let them go after the 15 minutes is up. Some people wear a rubber band on their wrist and snap the rubber band if they find themselves going into their worry mode. Do whatever works for you. Number 13. Your patience is wearing thin. Finding yourself becoming less patient with everyone around you, including people you actually care about, is often one of the first signs that stress is slowly starting to get to you. We often displace our anger and anxiety, taking it out on those nearby as a way of ensuring it gets expressed in some way, and this can do far more harm than good. If you're snapping at people or feeling annoyed when in their company, let them know that you're stressed, and consider that you might need to ask for help coping with stress. If any of these symptoms sound painfully familiar, it's time to figure out exactly what is stressing you out and how you can deal with it effectively. Long-term stress is detrimental to your mental and physical health, so it's important to take care of yourself. It may be an unavoidable part of life, but there are healthy ways to manage stress and minimize its side effects. Examples include exercises such as walking, running, yoga, or meditation, eating a healthy diet, and whenever possible, eliminating the source of stress. If you want to stress less, subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comments below what stresses you out the most.